Are there any other fights you're looking at here?
I just want your opinion. There's no odds on it yet, but we got Bellator 264 next Friday. The title fight, Gegard Mousasi against John Salter. But really, the fight that everybody is talking about is Rafion Stotts against Magomedov. And I know you've talked about this a lot. You probably know more about this than I do as far as these two fighters. And I don't know. I haven't seen a line on. I was trying to look while we were talking. I don't see any line on this fight yet. But as far as Mousasi and Salter goes, I think that Salter might be live here. Mousasi's he's similar to Lima. He's kind of just like devolving. It's kind of just like negative regression. He's not what he used to be, and he's still holding that title, and he's taking on these guys coming up. I think Salter's live here. I don't see the odds, so it's hard for me to gauge that. But, I'd probably say that, 6 out of 10 times, maybe 7 out of 10 times, Mousasi wins this. But I think Salter's live to finish this fight, man. What do you think about that?
What is this lined at?
It's not live, or it's not lined, or I don't see any odds for this. So it's hard to gauge. So I would say if I lined it, I'd probably line it Mousasi minus 210, Salter plus 175 or something like that. What do you think?
I think that's probably fair. I definitely think that Mousasi will be the favorite. I'd probably line it pretty similar. Salter's got good grappling. I absolutely think Mousasi's the better man on the feet. At the same time, though, Mousasi's got grappling credentials, man. He's done decently well. I mean, won a lot of fights with his grappling, won a lot of fights by submission, just an all-around well-rounded guy. But, Mousasi's getting up there. He's just not really active anymore. I think Mousasi wins this fight. I do. I think he's the more well-rounded guy. Like I said, I'm interested to see the numbers. That might dictate, but I don't think Salter – to come in here, need to have a wrestle-heavy game plan. This is a 5-round fight, correct? It's a main event?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that bodes well. I think Gegard Mousasi wins this fight and absolutely will be favored. Maybe I'll just do the work for the odds makers right now. You give me Mousasi 185. I think that's fair. I think that's spot on. And I would probably bet Mousasi at minus 185.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I just feel like at some point, Mousasi's going to – we've seen this now with these Bellator guys. At some point, Mousasi's going to add his name to the Limas and the Pitbulls where he's going to get knocked off his crown. And I don't know if Salter's going to be the guy to do it. Again, I would like to see the line to give more of an insight on this. But, if Salter gets in that plus 200 range, I'll probably have a piece of him. But bantamweight, Bellator bantamweight, Rafion Stotts against Magomedov. You take the floor on this one because you know about this matchup more than I do. What do you think this is going to be lined at? Do you think we'll see Magomedov come in as a giant favorite, or do you think this will be close? Actually, I could probably find the line from last fight. Moment.
I bet you can. I'm going to tell you right now, Magomedov is definitely going to be the favorite. I would imagine Magomed's probably going to be minus 200 or beyond. I think that would probably make sense. I mean, Rafion Stotts, undefeated in his career thus far, impressive, has looked great. He's a guy that I've had in, a lot of Bellator parlays, continuously cash, a guy that I've been riding, the entire time I've been able to get action on him. But, yeah, man, I got to keep it real. Magomedov's a guy that if he was in the UFC, even in this Shark Tank that is 135, he'd swim comfortably and hold his own. We're talking about the last guy to defeat Petr Yan. We're talking, don't get me wrong, if Petr Yan come back and get it back from him, he sure did. But this is a guy I'm very high on, and Rafion wrestling credentials. That's how he's won the fights up to this point. But he's going in there against a Dagestani and a high-level, big for the weight class Dagestani. I think this is too much too soon for Rafion Stotts, and I got Magomedov winning this one. And doing what he does, maybe even being that potential future bantamweight champion in Bellator. And honestly, a guy that I want to see jump into the Shark Tank of the UFC at 135. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we do see him and Petr Yan make it a best-of-3 matchup. Did you find those odds out?
No odds. Damn you, Bellator.
Oh well, but I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, you don't gotta sweat it. Magomed will be the favorite. That I'm 100% sure of, and I think it's going to be anywhere from that -200, maybe even steamed up to a -3 range, but somewhere in that mix, absolutely. I'd be shocked to see Magomed ever open or end up below the -200 range.
Yeah, I totally agree. This is going to be one where you're going to have to parlay it up, or you kind of have to pick your poison with if he's going to win by decision or if he's going to win inside the distance. It's definitely bettable, but yeah, you're going to have to parlay him up.